Hello everyone, this is Steve with the free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is January 25th, and I'm doing a review and outlook price analysis video for gold and silver. Last week I did two separate videos for each precious metal. This week I'm putting them together simply because the review and outlook is generally the same. For silver, this is the daily chart. In last week's video, I showed you this falling wedge pattern, which the price of silver broke to the upside. For gold, I also showed you a falling wedge pattern, which the price of gold broke to the upside. Both are positive patterns and both were confirmed. As far as gold and silver's movement last week, gold always trades as a safe haven buy, and clearly, as we can see, traders were buying into gold last week, mostly due to the well, one, it's the Chinese New Year, so there's always gold buying around the Chinese New Year. Also, there is the coronavirus in China that is actually turning more heads than the New Year. The Chinese have shut down cities, and clearly that's going to have some impact on economic activity, and traders are coming into gold for that reason, and because we don't know what's going to happen with the virus, and that also brings another big uncertainty into the market for gold and silver, for that matter. Silver traded a little bit. Silver trades as an industrial metal and a safe haven. It traded as an industrial metal early in the week, and then early in the week when it fell with the market, but then later in the week, it traded to the upside with the additional issues with with China coming out and saying that they have, I think 2 or 3 cities on lockdown, 56 million people total. I mean, that's like the whole northeastern of the United States. So that's just unfathomable in the United States for that to happen. But hopefully they take care of it, and we won't even have to think about anything close to that. If you want to get a similarity to that, take a look at the movie Outbreak. I think that's a early 90s movie. I'm not sure, but it's an old movie as far as anyways. It's an old movie, but it's relevant as far as I think the virus came from a monkey in that video, in that movie. So anyways, hopefully things don't get that bad. But if you take some looks at that movie and what's going on in China, there isn't too much difference as far as their quarantine. So anyways, let's get away from that. As far as the outlook for silver, I have another falling wedge pattern for silver. It could trade inside of it for a little while, but clearly it looks like it's going to turn to the upside with the RSI and the MACD. Volume does seem to be subdued for the most part right now, but I think with what may come out with the if things get worse with the virus, then we'll likely see more safe haven buying into silver, as well as the Fed has a meeting next week on the 28th and 29th. Nobody's expecting really anything out of the Fed. I doubt very much that we will have a rate cut or a rate rise. They'll probably continue with the same old, we're just going to keep the rates where they're at and look at economic indicators. That's likely exactly what they're going to say, because that's what they said last time, and nothing's really changed. Also with gold, for the outlook, I'm going to move the lines a little bit, but we have a falling wedge pattern, and as far as when it's broken to the upside, nobody really knows that answer. It could clearly happen earlier rather than later, just with all the uncertainties with the market. I think the market's, again, paying attention to the Fed, but if there's bad news coming out of China with the coronavirus, that's going to have some impact on the price of gold as well. For the price of gold, 1615 is a strong resistance level. As you can see, it held earlier in the month. 1555 stands as support, as well as these other support levels are, and 1480 for that matter is very strong support level for gold. But I don't see any chance of it seeing that in any time in the near future. And for silver, 1825 stands as resistance. It will likely break above that when it breaks this level to the upside. 1890, as you can see, did hold just at the same time when gold had its spike to the upside. So 1890 will need to be broken for silver, as well as far as support, we have basically the 1750 level and the 1765. I don't have a line there for 1750 simply because they would get a little too close as far as marking them out. But also in the MACD, we can see that there's a change. Looks like it's starting to curve to the upside in the daily chart. So hopefully next week we'll see a higher price out of silver and for gold for that matter. So that's it for this week's review and outlook. I thank you for your time. Take care and God bless.